So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. Crazy Cat Lady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair educational for and entertainment purpose. Blade. It's like it's all they did. Well, those years ago. See? No, I don't want to do any more of it. Hi everyone, Martha here. So, got done watching Fantastic Mr. Fox. I think it's my second time watching this movie. Never read the book. Part of me wants to read it. Rather listen to it because I want to actually hear it, but I'm also afraid what happened to a couple of books last time. I know they corrected it, but back to the way it was because a lot of people didn't like what they were doing to Roald Dahl's books. But since we are kind of getting somewhat of a Roald Dahl's reference and Epic Mickey now, for all those you don't know, those gremlin creatures, they're in Epic Mickey. Roald Dahl wrote a book about them. They were gonna make a short, but it got canceled. So, and I wanted to watch something that I don't see much people talk about. So yeah. So Roald Dahl wrote this book, and I just know it's about a fox and who goes and hunts stuff. So when I watch the movie, it's a bit weird because these guys say they're animals, but they act like humans. I do like the details that they put in here, that every time they show like a year or a month, it says right below the year or the month. In Fox years, like 12 half weeks. Then it says like 12 years for foxes. Do like that little detail because foxes do age faster than us. So, and we're seeing it from their point of view. Yeah. So, the beginning of the movie, Fox and his wife, who, the fox is played by George Clooney, and, his wife is played by Marilyn Street, and they're gonna go and get some birds, not chickens, different type of birds, and, she doesn't know what, they go and get them, and she came back from the hospital, and they both get caught in the fox trap after he triggers it, because he thinks it's going to land somewhere else, but it doesn't. It lands right on top of them. And he tells her, and oh yeah, he says she's glowing. So, and she's literally glowing, and I did like that trick. I wonder how they did that trick, since these are puppets. And she tells him that he's pregnant, that she's pregnant, and he says, I'm having a cup, but they're trapped. And we find out that later on, when he's telling it to his son, they dig themselves out. So she wants him to go on work, do a different type of work, so their cub will be safe and not have to deal with this kind of life. And so he does for 2 years, but 12 years and fox years. And he does miss the thrill, so he hates being poor, because what he does is write all the column kind of stuff, and his son wants to be an athlete, but he's not. So, and they have his nephew coming over, Kristoff, and his son's name's Ash. And his lawyer is Badger, and the Badger's played by Bill Murray. Bill Murray does a good job in this, especially when he's explaining to the fox, the three farmers, what the farmers do. Like he says, one does chickens and eats 3 per day. Wow. And one sure is a dwarf. And one has apple cider. I don't know why would a fox go after apple cider. Because wouldn't that kill them? And that's the one, the apple cider, guys, is the one that does the most damage to. And they have a rat in there. Right now, they have a rat in there. So, who's played by Willem Dafoe, but since this part's so small, I'm not even gonna bother putting him on here. But I did like the fact that he was in this movie for a little small part. And Ash and Kristoff. Ash is jealous of Kristoff. Like wondering why he's coming over, but his dad has pneumonia, which is weird for like. Wouldn't he like do foxes even survive pneumonia? I don't know. But he going over there and he meditates and he knows karate, and the fox ends up using him for a couple of his schemes when they go into the cellar. But first they go and get some chickens from the fat one night with the possum. And the possum, let's see, who's the possum played by? I didn't get a picture of that one. The possum, oh, Coat Skip. I don't know, it says the Coat Skip's played by Owen Wilson. I don't know, but I thought he was a possum. But anyway, they go and get, I'm not trying to remember, what did the short fat one have? So they go and steal from the dwarf one, and after he steals from all 3 of them, which takes 3 nights, and the wife figures it out because he sees the food in the pantry, and she's like, I'm not stupid, I know what you're doing. She's like, he tries to hide it from her. After they steal the apple cider, she figures that she lets him know that I know what you're doing. And this is when the apple cider guy calls both the other 2 farmers, the one that likes chicken and the dwarf, and they decide to team up together and go and kill the fox. So all 3 of them show up at the tree that they're living at and bring guns and start shooting, and the poor fox ends up losing its tail. And oh yeah, they use blueberries to knock out the beagles, which, what the hell is in those blueberries? When they snuck in, and they got the chicken. So we got Beans as one of the farmers, and Boils, and all starts with B's. I think this is the other one. Bobberson. I think that's what the next one is. But after they try to dig under the tree and get out that way, so they wouldn't get caught. And they'll try to get under there, and then I don't know how these guys get dynamites. How the hell these guys get dynamites? But they blow up the entire part, and they're in the sewer parts of it, and they eventually, after they all the other animals find out about it, and they go and tell the badger to go and dig a hole to lead to the other ones, and they figure out they took everything from every single they must not have taken everything, because they use apple cider to drown them out. So did they take everything or they did not? Or which was it? But it's still funny that it's still was they said they take everything and then they took everything. And then later on he had more apple cider. So while they're like about to have a feast, like a Thanksgiving feast, and they end up getting drowned. But Kristoff and Ash gets an idea to go and get his tail, and poor Kristoff gets captured by the apple cider's farmer's wife, and because they thought she was blind, because when they stole the apple cider from them, she did not even notice them, and they thought that she was foresighted. So yeah, but she still caught one of them, and they decided to use him as bait to get the fox, but he was going to turn himself in. But we find out later that he's not going to, because he's not even there, and they like put like a tape recorder to make it worse. Excuse me, and so the possum and Ash go and rescue Kristoff after Kristoff tells him how to do karate so he can get himself out there, and also how Kristoff saves when the beaver's son like puts mud on Ash, and he ends up beating him up the badger. So he's trying to pay him for saving him. And I did like the moment where those two were like watching trains one night when Kristoff was crying. So yeah, and he like saves him, but he was trying to like hit the lock, but he ends up hitting the box, and then just falls on the floor and cracks. And then Ash says he's sorry for both times. And after that, they end up, they're in. While that's happening, a beagle with rabies chasing him. Like, don't ever do that to your beagle. If your beagle has rabies, go get him shots. Okay, that's mean. That's why I don't like that cider guy, because he's definitely not a good pet owner. If he lets his dog stay rabies, it's dangerous. What he is biting him. I think one of them goes after him, because Ash ends up laying out, and the fox ends up watching him tear up his tail, and they get out of there, and then they say a wolf, and I like the fact that they always say like their Latin names in this, but the wolf doesn't say anything to him. He like puts his paw up, and the wolf says it back and does the same thing, because he asks him in French, "Is it we're gonna have a good winter?" But he says he has a phobia of wolves. So, and they end up getting out of there, and Kristoff does get the fox's tail back, but it's like old, like torn pieces. But at the end of the movie, he like wears it as a clip, because the cider farmer wore it as a necktie, and the whole time they're like saying, "I'm gonna get back that necktie," basically, and they did. So they end up after the 2 weeks and like 12 weeks for a fox. They've been in the zoo for that long, and they find out that they're buried right under a supermarket that's owned by all the three farmers. Because when the credit shows up, it shows all three of the farmers' names on there. So they decide to steal fruit from the market, and we find out that his wife's pregnant again, and this time they're both glowing. So this one's really good. I do want to try reading it or listening to it when I get a chance. So maybe next month I'll get it or listen to it. I don't know. Let me know if you want me to. But this one's written by Wes Anderson. I had not watched many of his actual movies that were like movies. These are only two I watched, so I don't know if his any other ones are good. Let me know if you want me to actually try watching those. But these one and the other one that is stop motion, I think it's about the dogs. Though these two are pretty good. At first, it took me a while to get used to it because it's not. The puppets are a little bit different from other stop motion stuff because these guys actually have fur. So, but it takes you a while to get used to it. But it's once you do, it's really good and it's funny. So, let me know if you want me to watch any other ones like the airplane one or the other ones that are written by Roald Dahl. They're on Netflix. So, I'll see you guys. I'm probably gonna give this one like an 8 out of 10. So I'll see you guys later. Like, favorite, and subscribe, and goodbye.